This claim says that line 1, which goes from 9, 3 to 5, negative 3, is longer than line 2, which goes from negative 6, 0 to negative 3, 4. First thing I need to do is find the distance of line 1, so I'm going to do that by plugging these points into the distance formula. I'm going to let this be x1, and let 3 be y1, and I'll let 5 be x2, and negative 3 be y2. And now I'm just going to plug those coordinates into the distance formula, which is x2 minus x1, which becomes 5 minus 9 squared plus y2 minus y1, which would be negative 3 minus 3 squared. Now I'm going to simplify what's inside of the parentheses, and this becomes the square root of 5 minus 9 is negative 4 squared plus negative 3 minus 3 becomes negative 6 squared. Now I'm going to simplify my exponents. Distance is equal to the square root of negative 4 squared becomes positive 16 plus negative 6 squared, which becomes 36. Now I'm going to add 16 plus 36. So distance is equal to the square root of 52. The last step is to take the square root of 52. I am using the calculator, and you should too. The square root of 52 is 7.21 and some other decimals. I'm just going to cut it off right there. So I know the distance of line 1 is 7.21. And now I'm going to find the distance of line 2. So I'm going to let negative 6 be x1, let 0 be y1, and I'll let negative 3 be x2, and I'll let negative 4 be y2. And now I'm going to find the distance by plugging these points into the distance formula. This is d is equal to square root of y2, which is negative 4, minus y1. Oh, let's back up. x2 minus x1, which is negative 3 minus negative 6. This whole thing squared plus y2 minus y1. Y2 is negative 4. Y1 is 0. And I'm squaring the whole thing. So this tells me that, so I'm going to first simplify inside here. This tells me that d is equal to square root of negative 3 minus negative 6 is the same thing as negative 3 plus 6. And negative 3 plus 6 is 3. So I'm doing 3 squared plus negative 4 minus 0 just it stays as negative 4 squared. And now I am going to simplify my terms with the exponents. So d is equal to the square root of 9, which is 3 squared, plus negative 4 squared, which is 16. Next, I'm going to simplify underneath the radical. So distance is equal to the square root of 9 plus 16, which is 25. And when I take the square root of 25, I find out that the distance of line 2 is 5. So my final answer is that the claim is true because line 1 has a greater distance than line line 2. And I proved that by showing my work here and here.